Howdy, everyone. My name is Luca Quadrifoglio. I'm a faculty in civil engineering here at Texas A&M University. And I've been conducting study abroads for several years. And in particular, I like to run the one in Rome, which I'm about to present to you in this short info session. This first slide includes the main information about the program. First of all, it is going to happen in May, during the month of May, in between the spring semester and the summer semester. And the first main advantage of this program, it is that it doesn't conflict with your summer internship. So that are very important for you as well. So this program allows you to go abroad for a study abroad program and also come back for your internship, which is usually beginning in the month of June. The class offered during the program will be CVEN 322, Civil Engineering System, which is a mandatory class for our students in civil engineering, but it's also a technical elective for most engineering program major. During the program, we're going to have the opportunity to visit the classic, Rome itself, with the Colosseum, the Vatican, the Fora, and the aqueduct system as a technical visit. But also we're going to have the chance to go to Florence, a couple of hours north of Rome by train, and Pompeii, a couple of hours south of Rome, also by train. During the program, we will allow students to take part of a cooking class. I plan to take students out for group meals, either for lunch or dinner, depending on the schedule of the program itself. Approximately 5 meals will be included in your program fee. And the program also includes a soccer match. So depending on the schedule that will be finalized for May, we will pick and choose a game to take everybody to the stadium and see a Serie A match. The emergency support, the logistic, and the accommodation is all handled and provided by Accent, which is a very experienced provider in Rome. Has been doing this for 30 plus years, and I've been taking advantage of their services for my programs in Rome. Okay, so I like them a lot. They are very efficient, and I trust them in all they do. The cost is approximately going to be between $4,500 and $5,000 for the program, depending on several factors, but more or less this is the amount the students will end up paying. Another good feature of the program is that there is not going to be any summer tuition, additional summer tuition, and this is because the program, even though it will run during the month of May, for a Maymester, it is still considered under the umbrella of the spring semester. So the tuition for this class will be included in your flat rate tuition for the spring semester. And most of you take advantage of that opportunity. You can search and look for the program in the TAMU Engineering Global Program website, which is indicated in this first slide, and just look for the faculty-led opportunities. And also, watch out for the info session that I routinely run once or twice every semester. I will contact you by email through the Global Program Office. And watch out for those. If you want to know more about this program, you can just, it's not a mandatory thing, of course, but if you want to know more and talk to me and ask me more questions, you have the opportunity to join the info session live. Where this is going to happen, this is a map of the central part of Rome, where most of the major monuments are located. And the Access Center, which is the building on your left, is right in the center. And it's very convenient location, very nice area, very walkable. You can literally reach every major monument of Rome just by walking. And it's the classes and the labs and the Accent staff will be in this building, okay, in where the office of Accent are, including where all our academic activity will happen. This schedule, this slide, it's important because it shows you the template schedule that I use every program, more or less. It's going to be different depending on the actual calendar, depending on the actual activity that we are going to be able to book. But you can consider this as a pretty reasonable template for whatever program you're going to decide to join. So you can see from the slide that we have 3 weeks, 3 full weeks for the program, but students usually join a few days before the first weekend. They leave 1 or 2 days after the end of the finals for your spring semester in College Station. And then we have a couple of days of orientation and getting rid of the jet lag, and some visits, some scheduled visits as well during the weekend. And then the actual program will begin usually on Monday of the first week. And you can see everything that is blue is group activity related, and usually the first weekend is dedicated to Florence. We stay there a couple of days, and then the second weekend is dedicated to Pompeii, and then you're going to have free time to do whatever you want around that area. I want to spend a few minutes on the class related activity, which are the white cells in this schedule here. Usually every class day will start with the breakfast, which is included in the program and will be provided to students, a typical Italian breakfast, like some cornetto, croissant, or some salty snacks, and usually coffee or cappuccino. So every day will start like that. Then during the morning of a class day, I usually conduct about 3 regular lectures, of course, with breaks in the middle. Then we have lunch. And then in the afternoon, if I have to finish something from the morning, I will. Otherwise, we start immediately with the so-called directed study homework session, which will feel like a kind of a lab. So students just do homework with my presence there, so I can help them with all the questions and whatever other concern they might have. And then at the end of the class day, I will administer a quiz. So pretty much I will leave every student independently choosing when to take the quiz. When they feel they're ready for the material that we covered that day, they can just ask me for the quiz. They can take it about 20-30 minutes, and then they can leave for the day. And I will not assign any additional homework other than the class time directed study homework. Of course, there is going to be needed some time outside of the classroom to review the material, because there are going to be 3 tests during this 3 weeks program, covering the class, and will feel like a test in College Station, and this will require some review in addition to the homework and the lecture that we cover in class. One thing that I want to mention is the class itself is Civil 322, Civil Engineering System. It's require only a basic stat class as a prereq, and as I mentioned earlier, is a technical elective for most engineering major, in addition to Civil, of course. One thing that I start doing in the last few years is that we will begin class before the program. So pretty much after the spring break, we arrange a schedule, and we'll meet 4 or 5 times before leaving for Rome, so that we can start the class earlier, and it will ease out your academic duties during the program. So you're going to have more free time. So it's a win-win situation. We can start the class earlier, and you're going to have more free time during the program itself to enjoy whatever you want to do while you are in Rome. Accommodation, again, handled and managed by Accent. Usually we don't really have any concern. They are usually conveniently located close enough to the access center, so you can walk. It's going to be a nice weather to walk. I mean, there is some occasional rain, but still the temperature is very pleasant in May. And the apartment itself, you have everything that you need. Of course, the Wi-Fi, all the furniture, and anything that you need One thing that you might want to be aware is that the Wi-Fi in Europe, in Italy included, is usually not as efficient and strong as it is in the US. So if many of you use the Wi-Fi at the same time, you might have some delay or some slow connection. Technical visits, again, every year we do something different usually, but what we have been doing so far are kind of summarized in this slide. So we have been able to visit construction sites, including the subway that is currently being built in Rome, the Metro C. Another one that I like very much is the visit to the water distribution system. We're going to go up in the hilly and mountain area to see the plants that collect and distribute the water to all the Roman area. And of course, still talking about water, we are going to have the opportunity to visit the aqueducts, either those ancient one above ground, but also the underground aqueducts, which are actually still active in the city of Rome after thousands of years. They have been built more than 2,000 years ago. The cost I mentioned before is approximately between 4,500 and 5,000. Includes everything in the program with the exception of the airfare. That is something that you're gonna have to buy yourself separately, and then of course your personal expenses and the meals that are not included in the program fee. Scholarship are going to be available. A handful of students every program take advantage of these opportunities. Do not forget to apply to the university-wide scholarship by the deadline, which is usually set at the beginning of February 1st. And that will give you the access to most scholarship available to students in a particular given year. And I mentioned before that there is not going to be any extra tuition because the program is included in the spring semester. Okay, formally is under the spring semester flat tuition fee. Some picture from past program. You can see a previous group of students coming with me to Rome. You can see in particular the bottom right picture that show a beach area. Rome is not directly on the sea, but is close enough. Is about 30 minutes ride with the light rail system, and which is actually included in your transit pass, which will be provided to you at the beginning of the program and included, of course, in the program fee. You can go around the city, and including the beach area that you can see in the picture right here. Other pictures, of course, Trevi Fountain, the Colosseum, Piazza Venezia, you name it. There are so many things to see in Rome that I cannot even count them, and you're certainly going to have a very nice time while there. One of the weekend we are going to go to Florence in Tuscany, visit the wonderful city, and the weather permitting, we are going to also schedule a wine tasting morning. Okay, it's very nice experience in itself. Everybody enjoyed it, including myself. We'll make sure that we are going to schedule that for your program as well. The second weekend, usually the second weekend, we are going to Pompeii, and there you're going to have free time to do whatever you want, usually around that area, but not necessarily. Pompeii is close to the Amalfi Coast and close to Capri, and the weather, if the weather collaborates, you have the chance to enjoy the sea also in those areas, which are usually a little bit better than the beach that you see in front of Rome, which is okay, but definitely in the Naples area are better, in the Amalfi Coast. Few more things I want to say. The study abroad is certainly a very fun experience, but not just that. It's an investment for your future. You might think, and probably it's true, that this is a lot of money to spend, and you are tight on money, so you might think, well, I can do these things later on in my life. Well, it's not exactly true, because the time to do these things is right now, and when you are a student and when you are young as you are, because when you are graduated and you find a job, you're going to find difficulties to find the availability of time. Things are going to get busier, and you're just going to have to, you're going to you're going to have to realize that you missed the opportunity, and you don't want to be one of those students that regret not having participated in a study abroad. In addition to that, it's also good for your personal growth, self-confidence, and also for your employability and the career skill, because employers definitely look for the so-called global competencies. So the ability to relate with different culture and getting out of your own comfort zone, it's something that is highly valued by employers. So it's something that you gain by getting out of your hometown and the US in particular. That's it. That's all I want to say. These are just the content information. It's me, Luca, and then the program advisor, Erin Klibler, and then the Halliburton Engineering Global Program general email for any information about the program. You feel free to email me. If you want to get a copy of these slides, you can go in the link that is provided in the bottom right. And once you have those, you can also click on the videos, the student-made video that you can see on the bottom left, which were produced while they were in my program in the past. Thank you very much. Once again, watch out for the info session if you have more questions. We spent about an hour for many more details about the program. Whenever this info session is going to be scheduled, but feel free to email me anytime. And I hope to see you in the next program in May in Rome.